Hello everyone, this is a video tutorial on how to mine Safex Cash. As you're probably aware if you're watching this video that Safex launched its testnet a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of July, and their mainnet is planned for the beginning of August. So in this video, which is part 1, I will explain how to set VPS account and how to connect from your computer to VPS. Well, first of all, the reasonable question is to ask what is VPS, and you're probably aware that this is called Virtual Private Server. So basically what it means in a nutshell, you're renting a bit of a hardware from a remote big data center. If you need some more information, I'm not going to go into details, but just go Google what's what VPS, and Google will tell you what it is. The second question would be, what is it, CPU or GPU mining? So at present only CPU mining is allowed on the network, so obviously it will be CPU. With VPS, most of them are CPU based. Some of them offer GPU, but it's very expensive. And the third question would be, is it worthwhile to mine on CPU? Well, I can tell you something, and if you're watching this video and you want to do it on your private home computer, it is definitely better to mine it on VPS for the following reason. Because depending on which server do you get and what price bracket you want, you're still going to pay probably less than you will pay for electricity on your computer, and then you won't have to use your computer. So if you're planning to mine it on your PC anyway, then this video tutorial is for you. So first of all, setting up VPS account, look around yourself. There are hundreds of different providers. The only thing I would recommend is to find a package with minimum 4 gigabytes RAM memory and minimum 2 cores of CPU. The reason is, if you have inferior specifications, you just won't be able to install blockchain smoothly, and then mining would be quite difficult. For mining itself, you don't need much RAM, but for installation, from my experience, you need a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM, because otherwise it will just keep stuck in it, like let's say 90%, and then you will have to go back and redo it again, and eventually we'll have to just upgrade your package. I can't recommend you any VPS servers. I can just tell you what I'm using. I will provide the link below the video. So what I found the best one, I've tried few, I've tried probably 3 of different providers. So Virmac is gives you a better hash rate. So in case you don't know hash rate, basically the high hash rate you have, the better chances you can mine a block. And I can tell you something, that they offer a price range for quite affordable Linux VPS services. So I personally went for this $12 package, which offers you 4 CPU and offers you 8 gigabytes of memory. So basically what you do, you just go on any website, but I prefer this one. You choose your package. I would recommend to go to Ubuntu 16, or you can go for the latest 18. I personally prefer 16.04 long-term support edition. And then you just go ahead, press add to cart, and then continue to continue the registration, provide all your details. Another provider I've tried was Scaleway. I'll show you Scale. Their price range appeared to be slightly cheaper, but I can tell you that I went for 6-core processor, and my hash rate was probably half of what I had on 4-core processor on Virmac machine. So this is obviously up to you. Have a look around, but I found Virmac to be relatively good and inexpensive. If you think about, well, it's not much to lose really. It's, you know, $12. Whichever package you choose, you would probably on 4-core you would be spending anything from $10 and up, like 20, 30, 40, depending on the processor. But as I said, there's not much to lose. Probably a cup of coffee and a cake. Right, so let's assume let's assume you registered an account, and once you've done that, you will see a control panel which will look like this, where, as I said, is Virmac, so it will look differently on another VPS server. But here you've got different options for like reinstalling operating system. You can shut down your server, you can reboot it, you can monitor your usage. The two things you would be interested in, one is your root password, which I would recommend to change straight away, and second is your main IP address. The reason why you need to have your main IP address, because somehow you need to access that Linux system from your home PC. So the way to do it is to use an application called Putty. You can download it for free from putty.org. If you click here and then find the file which you need. So for example, if you press this file, this will install everything, including like key generator, which you don't really need. So for this VPS, the only thing you need is this file. So whether you've got 32-bit or 64-bit processor, you just press on it, download, install. So after you've done that, you open this program, and all you need is to type your IP address, leave port 222 as it is, and click open. I preloaded my settings, so what I'll do, I will quickly log into my account. Right, so now it says login as. Let's just shrink this window a bit. Here it is. Once you're logged in, it will ask you login as. You need to enter root, and once you enter root, it will come up with root at your IP address, password, and then you have to enter your password. So I'll do this quickly now. So I'll enter root, then I'll enter password. So when you enter your password, you can't see you entering the password, but it is actually there. So you just press enter at the end. Right here, you probably won't see this message, but I've entered help command, which just gives you command you can use, but you don't have to do it. The two important things I want to mention here: in order to process to installing blockchain, you have to use command screen. What it is is when you're running on VPS, this is basically a computer there. So you want it to run when you disconnect from that private server. If you don't run command screen, then what will happen? Once you close this window, it will stop running. Blockchain will stop running, which basically defeats the object. It means you have to keep your computer on all the time. So what you do, you type screen, press enter, then you'll see this small disclaimer. Press enter again, that's it. So this means your window already detached, and even if I close it now, it will still when I open this program, it will still be in the same form as it was before. So blockchain will be running, your wallet will be running, everything, nothing will need your attention. After that, another command you need to enter is ulimits. So what you do with that command, you enter ulimits t unlimited. Right, it says apologies for that. What you need to enter is ulimit t unlimited and press enter. So what does it mean is t is time. It means that that window will run without you logging in indefinitely, potentially indefinitely. Some servers, particularly Virmag, has got a limitation to how long you can run one command. So for example, if you have this window running in blockchain, if you close it, it will run for 24 hours and then will shut down itself. You don't want this happening. And what you want to do is to basically set this command to unlimited. So these two commands are very important. Without them, basically it will be difficult to mine, and you'll have to relog into your account every so often, and you won't know when your server shut down. After you've done that, you press Ctrl A, Ctrl D, and now you can close the window. You don't need to press Ctrl A, Ctrl D in the future. You can just close this window. So what will happen next time? Let's say you decided to log in again. You open the same command. The same application. Load your settings. Open. Log in. Root. Type your password. Get that window back which you had before. This is a command screen list. So if you see, I press here, I've got 4 screen windows detached. Detached means it's running without you actually walking in that window. To bring it back, I type screen R, and then I just copy the name of it like this. Press enter, and here we go. We're again back in our previous window. So this will be the end of our part 1 tutorial, and in the second video I will explain how to compile a blockchain, set up a wallet and start mining. If you don't want to wait for the release of second video, you can go and check YouTube on Safex Cash mining, and I believe there's a video by Richard Bate, who explained how to install it on a virtual machine on your PC, and the process will be pretty much the same. Just don't forget, when you open second wallet window, you also need to apply the same screen command again, so it keeps running all the time.